We back again. Our girl Kamala. Kamala is back. And now all of a sudden she's talking about being a transactional voter. Now, before I even get into my thoughts, I want to play 2 quick clips for y'all. Because I don't want to misrepresent her. I want to let her speak for herself. I want y'all to hear her in her own words. So first, I want to play this older clip for y'all. Let me pull it up. Y'all check this out.
The reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
So there it is. Y'all heard it. The clip where she said we need to be transactional voters. I want to play that for y'all now. Let me pull it up on the screen. Because her language is changing. How she talking then changed. So y'all check this clip out.
The last point I would say on this, Rev, and I think I know it's a bit controversial, but here's how I feel about this. You know how I was talking earlier about how people are so transactional? I think we need to be transactional voters. I think, yes, it is right when we are trying to get folks to register to vote and to go vote, and it is absolutely right that we remind everyone of our history, especially when they're trying to erase it. We remind people of the lives, the bloodshed on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, the sacrifice of those young people at the lunch counter, the assassination of Dr. King. There are so many things that we must remember about history so that
foundational Black American history
includes not only our civic duty, but honoring the ancestors. Yes.
Honoring the ancestors.
And here's what I'm suggesting in addition.
Y'all listen to this language.
Get yours. Vote and say, I'm voting because I expect something out of this. You're not going to take for granted that I'm going to vote because I'm a good citizen and it's my civic duty to vote, so that you don't even worry about whether you're producing what I need because, we can count on them to vote because they remember the Edmund Pettus Bridge. I'm saying it's okay to also give people permission to be transactional. And to say, if you're going to get my vote, this is what I expect.
Oh, ain't that what we've been saying?
I'm going to vote because I expect to get something out of this.
Foundational Black Americans been saying this.
That's what I would offer. I think it's okay to give people permission to be transactional voters.
So there it is. So yeah, somebody that sat down, gave them foundational Black American talking points. So yeah, isn't it mighty funny? All of a sudden you sound like us. Now all of a sudden you sound like foundational Black Americans. Yeah, now all of a sudden it's be transactional. Expect something in return. Don't just give them your vote. Honor the ancestors. Now all of a sudden that's the language. That's crazy. But when we was asking the same questions before, the energy was different. Back then, when people were asking exactly what would be done for foundational Black Americans, the response was always in the lane of, I'm not doing something just for one specific group. If something is done, it should benefit everybody. All of that. So, now the language is switching, y'all. Because this right here sounds like foundational Black Americans were right the whole time. We've been saying this. Don't come asking for the vote off of symbolism. not off of identity just because you black. Don't ask us to vote for you just for loyalty to the party, like we owe you. And voting for you because like we owe you is basically voting for you because you black. That's identity. Yeah. The only reason you would think we automatically owe you a vote is because you black. Yeah, this is crazy, man. You need to earn our vote, and we've been saying this. You need to say what the transaction is. You need to tell people what they are getting in return. Because now she's sounding like the very people who were getting brushed off and bashed all over the internet just for asking a simple question. What will be done for foundational black Americans? People were getting called Trump supporters, Republicans, divisive, all for asking what will be done specifically for foundational black Americans. Then you had another class of people trying to chalk it up to, oh man, just don't vote for a woman. They just don't want to vote for a woman. This is sexism, misogyny. All of that came just because foundational black Americans were asking a direct question. What exactly are you doing for us? That was it. That was the question. Now all of a sudden, transactional is okay. Now all of a sudden, expecting something in return for your vote is okay. Well, foundational black Americans have been saying that. We've been on that type of time. That ain't nothing new. And then when she started bringing up the ancestors, that's why I paused, because my question is, what ancestors exactly are you talking about? What do you mean by that? And let's be clear, Kamala was born here in the US, but her family roots are, her father is Jamaican, her mother is Indian. She was also raised in Canada. So when she started using foundational black American language and trying to emotionally tap into our ancestry, I look at that sideways. Because now it started feeling like a gimmick all over again. Feeling like a hustle, political code switching, that's all it is. Because what lineage or struggle in America are your roots tied to when you start invoking ancestors in that way? Like, what are you talking about? Because our foundational black American roots here in America, our experience get used over and over again by politicians who want emotional loyalty without giving anything concrete in return. So what ancestors exactly are you talking about? Yeah, man. I found this real funny. I want to know what does that mean? Because I don't drag foundational black Americans ancestors into this for your political clout. Don't use our history. Don't use our struggle. Don't use our ancestors like that. Like that's supposed to close a deal for you. You can't dismiss foundational black Americans when we ask direct questions, then double back later using our language, using our history, and using our ancestors like that's supposed to move us. Yeah, man. And that's exactly why I'm not automatically impressed by this. Just because Kamala is using the right language today, I've seen this movie before. We saw a version of this right here in Chicago with Brandon Johnson. He knew how to mention the west side of Chicago, the south side of Chicago. He was mentioning the Austin neighborhood, Inglewood neighborhood. Talk about black families. neglect in the neighborhoods. He knew how to sound like somebody who understood the pain, the history, and the need of our communities. He said all the right things, but once he got in that office, man, please. No lie, y'all want, man, listen. Brandon Johnson sounded like this. This is what Brandon Johnson was sounding like when he was running for office. I promise you, because he tricked me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I voted for him. And this is what he was talking like.
And I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, black. I'm blacker than
talking
black,
about
yo.
talking good.
Because I'm black and I'm black. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all. And I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. And I'm black.
He was talking too good. It was just too good to be true. And that's why I'm not automatically impressed just because Kamala is using the right language today. We've seen the politicians do this over and over again. We've seen them study the talking points. We've seen them figure out how to sound familiar. They learn how to use ancestors, community, accountability, earn the vote, transactional. Those words, they know how they tell them, hey, incorporate this into your talking points. But the real question is, what happens after they get what they want? Because like I just told y'all about Brandon Johnson, once he got what he want, we seen what he did. That man's whole focus was on quote unquote asylum seekers. Yeah, that part always get blurry. So yeah, I'm not blown away by this. And if anything, I'm looking at it sideways, because if voting is transactional now, then it should have been then. When we was talking about it, the last few years, we was looked at crazy. If people are supposed to expect something in return now, then foundational Black Americans had every right to ask those questions before. And if the ancestors matter now, then don't just use our ancestors when you need us to fall in line politically, because that's really what this come down to. Another way to try to nail us in a trick bag. Don't start telling us to be transactional now. That's my issue with this whole thing. It sound good, it sound polished, it sound like us, but I don't trust it at all, y'all. Don't trust her as far as I could throw her. And I want to know what y'all think. Is Kamala finally saying what she should have been saying all along? Or is this just another example of politicians switching up the language once they realize the old playbook is dead? Y'all drop y'all thoughts in the comments, man. Let me know where y'all tapping in from. Shout out to the church mob.